A very good morning to you all students. This is the chapter 7 Law of Returns module 1. The first two topics we'll be discussing today is the concept of production and production function. The meaning of production is the act of making goods and services. Okay. So production is basically the conversion of raw material into finished product. Okay, the raw material cotton that we get from the field, okay, the raw cotton that we get from field, it is converted into a cotton shirt. Okay, so we are giving some utility, some usage to that raw cotton. Okay, we are changing the form of raw cotton to a finished product, that is cotton shirt. Okay, so the meaning of production is it is making goods and services so that the good has utility. Okay. Coming to production function. Production function is a functional relationship between input and output. What are the inputs? Inputs are the factors of production like land, labor and capital. And what is meant by output? Output means the production that you get. Okay. For example, if I want to cultivate a land of cultivate wheat. Okay. If I want to cultivate wheat, what all will I need as input? Okay. I will need a land. Okay. I need some farmers, some labor who will work on the land, who will sow the seeds so that I can grow wheat. And I need some machines. Okay. I need some equipments or machines to do the production. And what will I get in return? In return, I'll get wheat. Okay. So, using the factors of production as inputs, I got the output in the form of production. So, the functional relationship between input and output is called the production function. Qx, this is the production function. Qx is the function of labor and capital L, K, where Qx denotes output, F denotes function, L denotes units of labor and K denotes units of capital. In economics, K denotes units of capital. So when I took the example that I am using what all as input, I am using land, I am using the labor, the farmers, and I am using capital, the machines. Okay, all these are the units of capital and units of labor. Okay, I am using all the three components and then I am getting the output. So that is the functional relationship between input and output. Using the factors of production, land, labor, capital and the inputs, I will get the output. The next concept is short run and long run. Okay, we'll discuss them in different form. I'll discuss the meaning of both short run and long run. Short run is a shorter time period, suppose 1 to 2 years. It is a time period during which fixed factors cannot be changed. In short run, there are two categories. One are the fixed factors, one are the variable factors. Fixed factors are the factors that cannot be changed in short run because short run is a very short time period. Okay. So short run is the time period during which some factors called the fixed factors cannot be changed at all. And long run is time period during which all factors of production can be changed. Short run is a very short time period, 1 to 2 years. So there are some factors like land. You cannot buy land. Land is an expensive thing. Okay. So you cannot buy, a producer cannot buy a land in a period of 1 to 2 years or even 3 years. Okay. He will take a longer time to buy land. So land will become a fixed factor in case of short run and it will not change. They cannot buy land in the case of short run. Okay, but in long run, it is a longer time period, suppose 5 to 6 years. So in longer time period, all factors are variable factors. There are no fixed factors. All factors can be changed. All factors are variable. Variable means something that can be changed. Okay. So in short run, there are two kind of factors, fixed factors and variable factors. Generally, we take the example that land is a fixed factor because in a time of 1 to 3 years, or any producer cannot buy more land or invest more in land. But labor is a variable factor. Okay, if we want to increase production, if I have a field of wheat and I want to increase the production of wheat, I can put more labor on that land. Okay, मैं क्या करूँगी, मैं ज़्यादा आदमी काम पे लगा दूँगी, ज़्यादा farmers को उस field पे काम पे लगा दूँगी ताकि production बढ़ जाए. Okay, so increase in output in case of short run, increase in output in case of short run is a result of increase in variable factor. I gave you the example. I cannot change the investment of land. It's a fixed factor in case of short run, but I can put more labor. I can put more farmers in that particular field, okay, to produce more. So increase in output is because of change in variable factor. On the other hand, a time period of 5 to 6 or 7 years, it's a very huge time period. Okay, so all factors can be changed in the case of long run. All factors are variable, implying all factors can be changed. It means that increase in output in case of long run can be brought by increase in all the factors. Okay, so increase in output in case of long run is because of increase in all factors, because in long run all factors are variable. So just have a look on this flow chart, students. In short run, there are two kind of factors, fixed factors and variable factors. Okay, as I discussed with you, fixed factor consists of things like capital, plant, land and machines. Okay, so what does fixed factors means? Land, plant, capital, machines. Okay, and these cannot be changed in short run. In short run, the fixed factors cannot be changed. Coming to variable factors, I gave you the example that labor is a variable factor and it can be changed. Short run, two categories, fixed factors, land, plant and machinery cannot be changed, and in variable factors, there is labor and it can be changed. In fact, the change in output can be brought by only change in labor production. Okay. Now coming to long run. Long run is a longer time period, 5 to 6 to 7 years, and all factors of production are variable, meaning by all can be changed and the output can be increased by change in all factors of production. That's all for today, students. Thank you.